Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abigail Grace, or Abby if you are new, and today we're going to be doing a little fall TBR, I guess you could call it. I have quite a few books on my physical TBR that I want to get through. My physical TBR is not that big currently, actually. But I will say a lot of this is fantasy because when fall rolls around, that's just what I want to be reading always, is fantasy. So I'm just going to go through these. Obviously, I don't know what they're about fully because I have not read them, but I figured I would share. So first I'm going to start out with like new releases or books that are like releasing this fall that I want to read, and number one is going to be Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This comes out in October and I am so excited. I've reread Bride 3 times and it always hits, so I think Mate is going to be my new favorite book, honestly. Next is Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This is a ex-boyfriend's dad age gap, and it's the last book in the Rose Hill series, which I've liked that series. The last one, Wild Side, wasn't my favorite, but I have liked the other books in that series and I'm excited to complete the series. So looking forward to that one. I'm also looking forward to the release of Fake Skating, which is Lynn Painter's new YA romance. I did read the arc of it, so I have read it already, but I will be rereading it when it actually gets released. I think that also comes out in October. Next is The Mating Game by Lana Ferguson, and this is also a second in her like Omegaverse shifter romance world, similarly to Mate coming out after Bride. The Mating Game is her follow-up to The Fake Mate. The first one's The Fake Mate and this one's The Mating Game. And it's interconnected. Obviously, like we saw the one of the main characters in the first book. We're seeing him again. I'm so excited. That comes out in December, so it'll be late. I don't know that that's still fall, but we're counting it. Next, I'm also looking forward to Lila Sage's new book, and that would be Soul Searching. This is a like spooky romance. Like, I don't know if spooky is the right word, but it's paranormal. There's like, it's a ghost town. The cover is stunning, as all of her covers are, and this is her first book in this Sweetwater Peak series. So we're finally leaving Rebel Blue. I'm sad about it. I love those books. I love that world, but I'm excited to see what Sweetwater Peak has in store for us. Also, this is probably number one. I said that about Mate, but Alchemized by Sin-Lin Yu. This, don't contact me when this comes out. I actually will take that day off of work. I will definitely be filming a reading vlog of me reading that. So when it comes out, stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled for that video from me because I'm so excited for it. Next, I have The Heartbreak Hotel. This is by Ellen O'Clover, and her other 2 books are YA. I think this one might be like a adult or new adult romance because the characters are not in high school, whereas in her other books the main characters were in high school. This one they're adults, so I feel like it's an adult romance. But the cover is just like giving fall, and they're like at a hotel for people recovering from heartbreak. I'm obsessed. I've loved her other stuff, and obviously it was YA, so we'll see how it translates to an adult romance. People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. This cover is also a fall masterpiece. I love Hannah Bonham Young. I just reread Out on a Limb, and I love that book. I love her other stuff too, so I'm very excited for People Watching. And I think it's like dating lessons, which, love that. Is there anything else? Oh, also Accomplice to the Villain. That one already came out, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm very excited to continue that world as well. A lot of these are continuations of series. I'm still loving that. And for the Villain series, every time I read them, I'm like, oh, like it was okay. But then I still like need to get back into the world because I'm like, when are they going to? So I will be continuing that. I also am going to read the conclusion to the Between These, what's the first one called? Beneath These Cursed Stars duology. The second one is Between These Broken Hearts. It's 2 interconnected duologies. So the first duology covers one couple, and then this second duology covers a different couple, but it's the same universe. And this one also recently came out. I'm so excited for that one as well. And now we will get into books that I actually have here in front of me. So let me readjust my seat for a second, actually. Awesome. So I'm just gonna go through these one by one, similarly to how I did the ones that I didn't actually have in front of me. Little Words by Jenny Slate. This is like a collection of essays that she's written. I think they're like semi-autobiographical about like her life, but it's set up as like a collection of essays rather than like a memoir style. And I just think the cover's very cute. And I saw a quote from this on Pinterest, and that's what inspired me to buy this, for that reason only. So hopefully I'll get to that this fall. Next, I've got The Busybody Book Club by Freya Sampson. This is her new release. I think it came out over the summer sometime, but I'm pretty sure I've read all of her other books, and they're always just like fun and cozy, and that's what we need for the fall time. So this is like a book club, and there's suspicion for the theft. Oh, a significant sum of money is stolen during one of the meetings from the community center, and it's putting the community center at risk. So the book club has to try and solve this like mystery of who stole the money from the community center. But all of her books have like a tinge of romance, but also like a little mystery to solve, and they're just like wholesome and cute. So I'm very excited for this. This I've had on my shelf for over a year now, and that's Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I've now read just one other book by her, and that was, what's that one? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, this is a romance. It's Alone with You in the Ether, a love story. In Chicago Art Gallery, 2 people meet by chance. He's a student, she's a bipolar counterfeit artist undergoing court-ordered psychotherapy. By the end of the story, these things will still be true, but this is not a story about endings. But could 6 conversations with a stranger be the variable that disrupts the entire simulation? Anyway, it looks interesting, and it kind of has small print, but I got this in Scotland last year, and I really want to read it. So next, Legendborn by Tracy Dion. And this is a trilogy. I think the 3rd one just came out. And this follows Bree. Her mother dies in an accident, and so she is in a program for high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill that's like a resident program. So she moves there until she witnesses a magical attack on her very first night on campus, a flying demon feeding on human energies. A secret society of so-called Legendborn students that hunt the creatures down and a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. It's quite thick, but it's also like a good floppy paperback, which I'm so excited about. So that will be happening this fall, hopefully. Again, will I get to all of these or any of these? Who knows? Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. In order to catch up on the full Jessa universe, I just have to read this one and Never. This one came out in July, I believe. It's set in the 90s, and the guy is the frontman of a like very popular band, and this says he doesn't fall and she doesn't chase, but from the moment they meet, it's headfirst, reckless and inevitable. Too much, too fast, too consuming. Her star burns just as bright as his, and he doesn't know how to be with someone he can't control. The more he wants her, the more he resents her for it. But fame is corrosive, and so is love. Neither Isolde or Joa were built to survive both. But we're built to survive both, because some loves don't end. They can't, so they just destroy you. I'm sure this will be amazing. And my roommate read it and loved it. I've loved all of Jessa's stuff. So this is going to be good, I hope. How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. This was a Book of the Month book that I got, I think, last month. And her friend's marriage falls apart, so she like storms into the office of the attorney to tell him what he can do with his divorce demands. Unfortunately, what should end with a few choice words soon spirals into uncharted territory when Nathan shows up at her NYU law office a few days later as a newly minted adjunct professor and her new colleague. So it's giving like enemies to lovers or like rivals to lovers, and it just looks fun and cozy. Like the cover's giving cozy. Next, we have All That Life Can Afford. This was a Reese's book club pick. It's about this woman who moves to London because she grew up loving Jane Austen, but then when she gets there, it's not what she expects. But then she falls in with this crowd of like jet setters, like very rich people, and they fly her to Saint Tropez to tutor their teenage daughter. While she's there, she meets two men, one who wants to whisk her into his world in a chauffeured car, and the other who sees through in a struggle to outrun her past. It's like she stepped into the pages of a glittering new novel, but what will it cost her to play the part? This says, All That Life Can Afford peels back the glossy layers of class and privilege, exploring what it means to create a new life for yourself that still honors the one you've left behind. So this is actually an option for what we're going to read for my book club next month. So if we do, I'll definitely be reading it sooner rather than later. If not, hopefully I'll still get to it. There's always got to be one of these like witchy romances in there, and I have Best Hex Ever. It was actually a Afterlight book that I got. I did cancel my subscription because for the most part I don't want to read the books that I get, but I did keep this one because the plot looked interesting, and obviously it's gorgeous. But it's basically about Dina. She is a skilled kitchen witch and cafe owner, serving magic infused pastries, oh my gosh, to her loyal customers. But it's hard not to feel something is missing when you're cursed to hurt anyone who falls for you. Scott is a museum curator, recently back in London after a brutal breakup 2 years ago. Oh, and he's the best man and she's the maid of honor in their best friend's wedding. After a weekend in the countryside full of peculiar hedge mazes, palm readings by candlelight, and a midnight Halloween ritual, there's no denying the chemistry between them. The hex, but there's just one problem. The hex still holds, and Dina knows that Scott is in danger. Can Dina break the spell before it breaks both their hearts? So I'm sure it's going to be exactly what it sounds like, and awesome. Next, I've got Silver Elite. This has been very contentious in the book world. People either love it or hate it. They love to hate it. And I want to give it a go. Want to see if it's good or not. My name is Ren Darlington. I've been hiding who I am my entire life. Today will be no different. In the first book of a sizzling dystopian romance series, psychic gifts are a death sentence, and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. As war rages between mods like her and those who aim to destroy them, Ren must decide just how far she's willing to go to protect herself, and how much of the continent is worth saving. So, I'm sure that's going to be honestly amazing, and I'm excited for it. Final new book is going to be A Curse Carved in Bone. This is the conclusion to the saga of the Unfated. The first one is A Fate Inked in Blood, and this is, like I said, the conclusion to the duology, so I feel like I can't say that much about it because it is the second in the book, in the series, but a shield maiden fights to break the shackles of prophecy and overcome the betrayal of the man who broke her heart. That was crazy. If you read the last book, that was crazy. And this searing conclusion to the Norse-inspired fantasy romance duology that began with the best-selling A Fate Inked in Blood. So, I'm excited to get into this one as well. And those are all of the new books that I have on my TBR, but I also have two that I'm wanting to reread. Will I reread others? Probably, but these two I definitely want to get to, and that's Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I've been in an Allie Hazelwood just like need recently. I reread The Love Hypothesis, and I really want to reread this. Although I read it for the first time at the beginning of this year, I want to reread it just the same. So, Deep End. And then The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I did just order Heather's collab with Eternal Embers Bookshop. That is a special edition of this and All Roads Lead Here, which are two of my favorite Mariana Zapata books. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wait to reread it until I have that new edition. But I loved this one. It's fake marriage, or marriage of convenience, and he's a football player. It's stunning. So those are the books on my fall TBR. Will I get to all of them? Maybe. But also, I never hold myself too strictly to a TBR. I'm always going with the flow. I'm a mood reader through and through. So you'll have to stay tuned to see what I actually end up reading. But I hope that gave you some inspiration for what you could read this fall, or if you've read them and the books that I'm interested in were either really good or really bad, let me know. Maybe I won't read it if you hated it, but I'm always open to hearing what you guys are loving. So that's gonna be all for this video. I'm thinking I'm about to have to redo my bookshelves, so I think I'll film that and give you that video as well, because I need to go through my books, get rid of stuff, rearrange stuff. Things are filling up in here, and I don't really have space for more bookshelves or anything, but I'm going to continue to buy books. Sue me. So that is all. I will see you somewhere else, here or on TikTok or Instagram. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.